Hey, welcome back. Today's video will focus on solving problems using the Pythagorean Theorem. And to refresh your memory, Pythagorean Theorem is used to solve problems involving a right triangle. And so the formula for Pythagorean Theorem is a squared plus b squared is equal to c squared. So I'll draw two right triangles. And so what I want to keep in mind is a and b, it doesn't matter which ones you label A and B because they're both the legs. C is the one that is your hypotenuse, and that's directly across from the right angle, and that is your C. So the C is non-negotiable. Let's go ahead and get started. Both of the problems I am using come from old 8th grade STAAR test. The length of a rectangular frame is 15 inches and the width of the frame is 8 inches. What is the length of diagonal of this frame in inches? So the diagonal is actually the hypotenuse. I recommend drawing a rectangle, and so you could label this A and B, and then there's your hypotenuse, which is your C. So the length is 15 and the width is 8. So we'll write down the formula. And then we'll plug in. And the reason I suggest that, because you're not always looking for the hypotenuse. Sometimes you'll be looking for one of the legs. So it's just a good idea to get in the habit of writing it. So 8 squared actually means 8 times 8, which will give you 64. 15 squared means 15 times 15, which gives you 225. When you add both of these up, you end up with 289, which is c squared. We don't want c squared, we want c, which is the square root. So you'll use the square root of c squared and the square root of 289 to get c is equal to, I don't know the square root of 289 off the top of my head, so I'm just going to use my Desmos calculator and do square root of 289 is 17. So that's actually your diagonal. All right, so we'll do another problem. And so this one is nice. They already gave us a picture. It says the diagram represents a ramp in the shape of a right triangle and the lengths of 2 of its sides. So I always recommend to draw your arrow to the hypotenuse. So we'll write down the formula a squared plus b squared equals c squared. And so I'm going to switch it up because it really doesn't matter for the legs. 60 squared, especially in this case. The other one was a rectangle, so it said length and width. If you mixed it up, it'd be okay because you were solving for your hypotenuse. All right, so I know 11 squared is 121 because 11 times 11. And then 60 squared is 3,600. I will add those and get 3721 for c squared. I'll use the inverse operations of squared and do square root. I don't know that off the top of my head, so I'll use the calculator for square root. And so that means c is equal to 61, which is the length of the ramp in feet. If this video helped, please don't forget to hit like and subscribe.